is everybody today? I hope you're doing well. I just kind of realized that I really kind of look like I just rolled out of bed. I've been actually up for an hour. I've been writing in my journal. I still have to do my tuning fork work, but that's okay. So today's theme is actually both a little bit from Anam Cara and a meme because it's pretty and I like it. I want to talk about the meme first. It said, "May your moccasins take you on a good path. One that will always remind you to look up to the spirit world, down to Mother Earth, forward to the future, behind you to the wisdom of your ancestors, and within yourself to see that we are all connected as Earth people who walk together on a spiritual journey to the sky world." And right now, I'm trying to focus on healing because I've been so sick and so worn down, both physically, emotionally, spiritually. I haven't been in a good place for several months. I would say the worst, the cheese is sliding off my cracker basically in the end of February and March and beginning of March. And it just kind of really got bad in June, beginning of July. And so part of my healing journey is to get back to the things that I know help my healing process. And part of that is reminding myself every day, several times a day, that I am connected to the earth and I am connected to my ancestors, and my journey is not alone, and I am supported, and the universe is with me. There are signs and things all around me that I'm not alone, and it is hard, but I can overcome it. And as bad as it's gotten, interestingly enough, it's not as bad as it's been before. I've had it where emotionally I'm in a much worse place, or spiritually I've been in a much worse place. And now it's my body. And my body doesn't recover like it used to. So now my spirit and my mental and my emotional health are actually pretty good. I just need to get the body to kind of go in the right direction now. And they are all intertwined, and I have been really sick, and I have been, all those three things have been very disconnected and disjointed lately. But I've had worse, right? And in that worse, and in that recognition of the worse, knowing that when this stuff happens, because it's happened repeatedly, I've gone further down that road without realizing that I had gone down that road. And this time I was able to not only have a network, but a support structure and an awareness that I was headed that way. And I could stop and pull back and go, okay, wait, stop. You have to change direction. And that leads us to Anam Cara. People who have allowed the canker of resentment into their vision can never enjoy who they are and what they are. To ignore things demands incredible mental energy. Without even knowing it, indifference can place you beyond the frontiers of compassion, healing, and love. When you become indifferent, you give all your power away. Your imagination becomes fixed in the limbo of cynicism and despair. To the loving eye, Everything is real. The loving eye can coax pain, hurt, and violence towards transfiguration and renewal. The loving eye is bright because it's autonomous and free and can look lovingly upon anything. The loving vision does not become entangled in the agenda of power, seduction, opposition, and complicity. Such vision is creative and subversive. It arises above the pathetic arrhythmic of blame and judgment and engages experience at the level of its origin, structure, and density. The loving eye sees through and beyond image and affects the deepest change. Vision is essential to your presence and your creativity. To recognize how you see things can bring you self-knowledge and enable you to glimpse the wonderful treasures your life secretly holds. I think that's key with this, right? With my healing process, is that when I've gotten sick or I've gotten in situations where my mind and my spirit are in a really bad place, my physical body may or may not be great, but not horrible, right? The mind and the spirit in some of the other transformative times in my life, I got stuck in the canker of resentment. Okay, I love how this is said. People who have allowed the canker of resentment can never enjoy what they are or who they are. Ignoring things demands an incredible amount of energy. When you're ignoring and you're not paying attention, and when you're allowing your canker of resentment to build up, it puts you beyond compassion and healing and love, and you're not able to bridge that gap, and it's harder to get over that hump. So no matter how bad things have gotten, right, in the last year, right, all the things that have happened, the work that I've done on myself, my spirit, my soul, connecting to my higher self, really diving deep into my gifts and teaching and coaching, and really accepting my oddness, my autism, my differences, accepting them, allowing them to be loved, loving myself, loving the pieces of myself that are different from other people, accepting. You know, it's one thing to know, growing up, knowing that I'm different, and still wishing for years that I could just be like everybody else. Could I not be different? And in that wish, I am denying myself. I'm denying all of what makes me who I am. And it creates a canker of resentment in my world. And it makes it very difficult for me to see all these things. When I finally was able, and ironically, a dear friend of mine, Kellen, and Valdine, and Tammy, and Teresa, and Luke, and I could list more people, but there are specific moments in time when I say their name, there are specific moments that they have said something to me or given me words back that reflect why, what for, why, and how, right? In a way that I could hear it in the moment. And Kellen really gave me several years in a typical real world work experience that I was able to use my gifts day in and day out, unhidden, not shamed, but supported and loved. And she was able to support a healing process in a place that allowed me to see the practicality and the real world application in a day-to-day. I didn't have to hide. I didn't have to go someplace every day and mask all of the time. I did have to mask, but I didn't have to mask all of the time. I could be me. I was drawn into using my gifts and being wholly myself as a spiritual healer in a way that had never happened in my life up until that point. And up until that point, when I used my gifts, especially in like the real world, like at work or in a day-to-day activity, I had to mask it. I had to pretend that I wasn't using that gift, or I had to heavily tamp down on what I saw and what I felt and what I picked up on. And exercising those gifts also helped me exercise that loving eye towards myself. It made me do that. And that is probably one of the biggest gifts of my life, is that affirmation in a day-to-day setting. And I took that and I was refreshed. I had good, firm, moccasined feet upon my path, right? And I took all that and I dove it into a corporate, broken system for a year. And that's not bad. I'm just pointing out that I took what I knew and I took all of myself, and I, at least at first, I was able to be authentic me all of the time. But as time went by, I kept having to press down all of who I am to be able to mask and function in this world that still doesn't understand what to do with me. And it became a physical struggle. Yes, emotionally and spiritually as well, but what I didn't realize is that part of that emotional, spiritual struggle was that I was suppressing. I knew I was suppressing, but I couldn't figure out what I was suppressing. And as I'm healing, as I'm really allowing my body to heal, I'm sleeping, I'm resting, I'm not straining. I'm forcing myself to do the putsy things that help heal the body, do my nebulizer when I need it. I'm doing my tuning forks. I'm drinking lots of water and tea and doing my tinctures and eating healthy, eating when I'm hungry, not worried about what time I'm eating. I'm doing things. I am working. I am seeing clients. Not very many, but I am seeing clients. And the universe and the energy of the universe is shifting and help. As I shift closer back to who I am, the universe is shifting to meet me. And when I left my job, within 24 hours, I had 4 client reach outs via text or email or phone call saying, hey, I'd like a reading. Or I'd like a session, or I'd like a healing session. So I know the universe will meet me. I just have to get there. I have to get there on my end. The universe is ready. I just have to get there. And I think that's probably the biggest message in today's daily devotional, is that we are on the path we're meant to be. We just have to pay attention to that path. What is our body, mind, and spirit telling us? And are we allowing ourselves to be connected to the spirit world? Are we letting ourselves truly understand that we are connected within Mother Earth's ecosystem, and we have the ability to communicate with her consciousness, with her sentience? We have ancestors that we can look to. Our higher self is also available, and we all have guides and angels or whatever you want to talk to them. And we are also all part of the community together. None of us are alone. We can't do it alone. We have to have each other to be successful. And success looks different to different people, depending on your blueprint, your ascendancy pattern, your life path. And some people have many branches in their life path, so their path looks different at different stages. I know mine has. Mine kind of looks like I don't know what mine looks like. I think mine probably looks like a hazel bush or something, or willow tree. We are all connected as earth people who walk together on a spiritual journey to the sky world. Have a blessed day, my friends. Have a blessed weekend, but I will be back with daily devotions on Monday. One other note, I am posting these over on my Elemental Healing YouTube channel, and they're a week out. So this week's Monday, so a couple days ago, is going to be posted as Monday, August 1st. I'm just going to post them a week out. Those of you that see them fresh on Facebook, you get the good initial dump. And everybody else gets to wait for it to come out on the YouTube channel. But that's okay. They're going to be archived there, so you can always go back. I am working on trying to figure out how to make sure that the title and the daily devotion in the title is correct, because that's something I'm not very good at. I dump them and then I walk away and I do the rest of my day. And then when I go back and load them into YouTube, it's usually a couple days later and I've forgotten what the hell I talked about. So, have a beautiful day. Blessed be.